President Trump posting an image suggesting he will be proposing 50-year mortgages, a move his federal housing director confirms they are indeed working on, promising to be a, quote, game changer. Here with what that could mean for you and your wallet, former Trump economic advisor Stephen Moore.
I think it's a bad idea. 50-year mortgages. I mean, it's better to have shorter mortgages and pay more upfront so you can get your house paid off, so you can own your own house. And rather than saying, yeah, I'd rather pay cheap every month forever for the rest of my life and never really own the house.
So great to see you this morning, Stephen. So what would a 50-year mortgage even look like?
Great to be with you, Charlie. Well, I had just heard about this idea yesterday and pondering it. Look, here's what would happen if you had these 50-year mortgages. Your monthly mortgage payment would go down, right, Charlie, because you're paying that mortgage over 50 years rather than, say, 20 or 30 years. So if you want to make housing more affordable in the very short term, that might be a good way to bring down monthly mortgage payments, but then you're going to pay for a long, long time. You're going to be paying that mortgage payment for most of your life. And so that's a question of whether it makes sense financially to people.
Yeah.
But right now, where people are really struggling to find a home where they can meet those mortgage payments, it might make sense for people. By the way, the federal government should also be issuing 50-year debt because interest rates are low. It'd be a way for us to lock in low interest rates so that if we had a huge spike in interest rates in the future, we wouldn't be in a real problem situation financially.
And so, of course, after 30 years, if you had a 50-year mortgage, after 30 years, the way banks structure loans, you probably still wouldn't own but about 10%, actually own, but about 20% of your house.
That's a good point. That's a good point. You know, you want to build up equity in your home. That's why a lot of people, you know, when they have the financial means to do so, they speed up their mortgage payments. But listen, the problem with our housing situation right now really is so many restrictions on building multifamily homes in a lot of areas. By the way, I can tell you one city in America where housing prices are going to go way down. You know what city that is?
What's that?
New York City, because everybody's going to move out.
Right, exactly.
So if you want to buy a house, maybe think about doing it in New York.
It'll be the opposite of importing millions of illegals and then putting them up for free at taxpayer expense. I want to ask.
That's not even funny because it's actually has been going on there during the Biden administration, putting them in hotels and giving them food and gas cards to basically go ahead and live life doing nothing in this country off the taxpayers, back, basically. I think it's a horrible idea doing the 50-year mortgage, in my opinion, just because, you are going to not just pay in the long term. It's just a temporary, short-term solution for people that are really struggling to try to get into a house because it's hard getting a house. When you're working a job and they're requiring you to work a certain amount of years, have a certain amount of income, have good credit. I think the credit is what really messes a lot of people up. And these are things that should be taught in high school before you graduate. I mean, this should be freshman year of high school, teaching people about credit and what it takes to purchase a house, purchase a vehicle. I mean, to prepare you for adulthood. A lot of these institutions, I mean, they want to prep you for college, which sinks you in the hole of money that you owe even more. It's ridiculous.
Real quickly about this, Fox News voter analysis shows a vast majority of voters who haven't even lived in New York for 10 plus years backed Mamdani, as well as a majority of college grads. How much is this shift of young people towards socialism in America the result of a complete collapse of our education system?
Totally, completely. I mean, how embarrassing is it that, after spending a couple $100,000 putting people through college, they come out believing that socialism works? I was really privileged to know Milton Friedman before he died, the greatest economist of the last century. And he used to tell me at the end of his life, he goes, I don't get it. The one most enduring lesson that every American, everyone around the world should have learned about the 20th century is that socialism and communism are a complete failure, and free enterprise and freedom are a success. And yet we were graduating kids from college who actually think exactly the opposite. It's a very dangerous situation. And yes, it is an indictment of our school system, especially our university. It's almost like the more years of college you have, the stupider you get.
Yeah, and I don't know that if it's fair to say socialism has not been successful, because 100 million people have been killed by communism. And for the people that bring us communism, I think that's what they're trying to do. But you...
No, look, it's when you give more power to politicians, which is what socialism is, it leads to atrocities. I mean, that is, how many people were killed by all of these people who came in with a nice smile and a nice handshake, and then they kill people. It's a very dangerous situation, but people will be moving out of New York now. My prediction is Wall Street will no longer be in New York. It's moving to Dallas, Texas. You heard it first on Fox and Friends.
Wow.
I have all the faith in you. Stephen Moore, thank you so much.
Oh, by the way, can I just say one other quick thing on the way out? I'm a really great investor because I even got a higher rate of return on my stocks than Nancy Pelosi.
Nice. Excellent.
That
does not surprise me. Thank you, Stephen.
We said it already on this channel. A lot of people in New York are going to either be leaving or they're going to be really feeling the struggle out there under Mamdani's leadership. But time will tell, and we'll see if it matches or even is worse than Gavin Newsom in California. As for the mortgage, I think it's a bad idea. 50-year mortgages. I mean, it's better to have shorter mortgages and pay more upfront so you can get your house paid off, so you can own your own house. And rather than saying, I'd rather pay cheap every month forever for the rest of my life and never really own the house. It really sucks unless you build some equity. But like they said, the longer your mortgage is, the less equity you will get. That's why most people, when they purchase houses, they either pay in cash or they do the least amount of months to help build that equity, because once you have that equity, then you can choose to take some money out to take a vacation, add more money into your home to make the value go up, or sell the home and use that money to purchase a house and pay that house off. I mean, whatever you want to do with your money, but you need to be smart with it. And these are things that they don't teach people. This is why parents out there, if you have kids, you should be teaching your kids freshman year of their high school about purchasing a house, purchasing a vehicle, what it takes, the eligibility requirements, making sure they have good credit, what that actually means, and what to do about it, and what not to do. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. Like and subscribe, I would appreciate it. Till next time, peace out, everybody. This one's for Charlie.